Friends, we are going to discuss about the Mesopotamia. So in the video we are going to cover the introduction, its location, its geography, religion and gods, Mesopotamian art, first cities, development of writing. Starting from the introduction, this introduction of Mesopotamian civilization is deeply rooted in the Paleolithic era when humans first settled in this region by 14,000 BC. Communities with the circular horses begin to emerge, and by 9000 BC, these had evolved into the farming communities and spurred by the domestication of animals and the development of agriculture, innovations such as irrigation were utilized by the fertile landscape between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, and the Ubaid culture, which succeeded and absorbed the half culture, played a significant role in the agricultural advancement that underpinned the growth of Mesopotamian civilization. After that, if we are going to discuss about its location, so Mesopotamia is located in the region now known as the Middle East, which includes parts of Southwest Asia and lands around the eastern Mediterranean Sea. It is a part of the Fertile Crescent on area also known as cradle of civilization for the numbers of innovations that arose from the early societies in this region, which are among some of the earliest known human civilizations on the earth. Mesopotamia is situated in the fertile valleys between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This is the location: Iraq, Syria, Turkey, Caspian Sea, Iran. These are some major places. Now let's talk about its geography. So Assyria and some of the important places are shown here. So geography of the Mesopotamian played a major role in the rise of some of the world's earliest civilization. The flooding of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers every year deposited fresh silt, making the land very fertile. Farming led to food surplus, which supported city life and trade. To manage water, the Mesopotamians built canals, dams, and irrigation systems. The southern part of Mesopotamia, known as Sumer, was mostly flat and had few natural resources like stones or timber. The region's open geography made it easy to settle but also left it vulnerable to invasions from the outside tribes. Over time, many powerful empires like the Sumerians, Akkadian, Babylonians, and Assyrians rose and fell here. Now, Mesopotamian temples. Ziggurats. Ziggurats were the places where Mesopotamian gods were worshipped, and they were giant stepped pyramids that towered above the landscape of the ancient Mesopotamia. Ziggurats were built very tall with multiple levels and stairs in between. Made of mud bricks, each ziggurat was stepped with the temple where it was believed the gods and slept at night. इसमें फन फैक्ट क्या था? The huge Atmaniki Ziggurat in Babylon is thought to have been 300 feet 90 meters tall, twice the height of the Statues of Liberty in New York City. Now, religion and gods. If we are talking about the religion and gods, so Mesopotamian religion was polytheistic, centered around a pantheon of major and minor deities. The chief gods include Ea, Enki in Sumerian, the gods of earth, storms, and agriculture. Some of the major gods were Anu, the sky god and kings of gods, symbols of power; Enki, Ea, gods of wisdom and water; Inanna, Ishtar, goddess of love and war; Shamash, the sun god and god of justice. Now, first cities. So in the late 4th millennium, BC, the first true cities emerged in Sumer, southern Mesopotamia, with Uruk as the most prominent. By 3000 BC, Uruk had become a walled city spanning over 2 square miles, housing around 100,000 people. This urban growth was fueled by intensive irrigation, agriculture, managed by temple estates. They were hub of innovation and learning, specializing in sacred rituals, maths, astronomy, and divination. Even in 331 BC, when Alexander the Great conquered Mesopotamia, Babylon was still considered the most magnificent of all cities. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट जो है वो क्या है, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ राइटिंग. So, development of writing. So, cuneiform, the earliest known writing, originated in the southern Mesopotamia around 3400 BC, as pictographs evolving into the wedge-shaped script by 2600 BC, initially used for Sumerian. It later recorded Akkadian and its dialects, Assyrian and Babylonian from 2400 BC. This script spread over the Middle East and the diplomatic language during this era. It was predominantly inscribed on the clay tablets, often sealed with signatures. Cuneiform was widely used until the 1st century AD, when alphabetic scripts like Aramaic and Greek became more popular. Notably, extensive cuneiform libraries existed in the temple and palaces, and some kings were literally literate in multiple languages and cuneiform writing also. In the last, what we can say, the Mesopotamian civilization, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, was a cradle of human advancement. It showed the rise of cities like Uruk and Ur, budded cuneiform writing, and developed early forms of government and religion also. Mesopotamia's legacy is the framework, and it provided for the future civilizations, encapsulating the human journey from scattered settlements to the complex societies.